short recording of a demo around Spend Guardian, which is built on top of Bank of Antos. So this is part of Google's GKE 10-year hack. I've come up with a solution that uses a little bit of an agentic AI workflow. So if we go to spendguardian.com, as I've registered that domain now and hooked it up to the back end, it pretty much looks like Bank of Antos. So you can see it's deployed on GKE and a private Google Cloud project. We don't need to bother around the test users, so we're just going to sign in. That's fine. I'm going to remove that warning for now. So you can now see this project where there's already quite a bit of transactions that I've created while testing. So the ledger and the transactions remain static. So at the moment they don't change in between users. So if you do decide to use it, then your transactions will also be recorded to these fake users. So what we've done here is basically create a assistant, and you have a text box at the top, and in this text box you can ask in natural language anything around the transaction. So for example, how much money have I sent Alice today? It's going to look at the transactions, so it's going to tell me the transactions that have occurred today, although these were fake transactions that I've done through testing. So it's going to say 130 dollars to Alice in the last day, and that's a total of 6 transactions. And yeah, if we add them up here, we're gonna see that that's probably gonna be the case. Bob is probably going to have 1,000, so let's check Bob. And then we also have this box here that you can, as we can see, it's $1,000 to Bob, so that's correct. And we can also have this more convenient text box here to choose which recipient, and that's going to run a automated query. So what it does, and is explained in the Medium blog post, it is a fake MCP server that has takes the natural language, communicates with Gemini. Gemini picks the one of the preset SQL queries. In a true MCP server, the natural language would be translated into a SQL query. However, as explained in the Medium article, we want to safeguard against things like, for example, users trying to get data out of transactions or other accounts that they might not have access to. So, for example, if we want to do something like that, which technically goes against what the assistant should be doing, it's going to say, sorry, I can't get an answer right now, or it's just going to refuse to give you any information about Alice, because it doesn't even have information about Alice, because it's only looking at transactions. So the purpose of the chatbot and the AI assistant basically is to say, to simplify the way that users can see what transactions they've made and how they've basically paid specific people, just to make it easier than scrolling to infinite lists, etc., etc. So I can ask potentially something a bit more advanced. How much did I send to Alice in the last 7 days? Over how many transactions? And hopefully that should retrieve a good answer, which is $933 over last 7 days over 7 transactions. And if I go through this list, I'm probably going to find exactly that. Now, it also has it is called Spend Guardian. The intention is that it has a bit of an anomaly detection mechanism as well, which is rules based at the moment, but you can apply much more advanced AI within the system. So, for example, if I try to send Alice a very big amount of money, or maybe somebody that one of these people, like Eve, for example, I've probably, let's see, how much, what is the maximum amount I've sent Eve in the last 30 days. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, great. So I've sent Eve a max of $100 About 4 days ago. Right. Okay, cool. So now if I send Eve a large amount of money, let's say something quite big, like I only have 5,200 in my account, so I'm gonna send Eve $5,000. Right, there we go. It does process the payment. Here you can put like a fail-safe in case you don't want to send a transaction that might be potentially erroneous or it might be malicious. In my case, I'm just flagging it as anomaly and I'm telling the user in natural language, you've just sent $5,000 to Eve by account number, and it's quite unusual compared to your previous stop payment of $100 that happened about 4 days ago. So you might want to check out what that was. Um, cool. So I think all in all, this is what I wanted to showcase as a quick presentation on the GKE deployment that's been deployed to an actual domain, just to make it easier. It's actually also implemented with HTTPS, so it's more secure and it's integrated within the Google Cloud ecosystem with other products like Cloud DNS and so on, and also uses AI agentic workflows within the system. Of course, you can make these more complicated, but this is just for demo purposes at the moment. Thank you.